Listen, man, I'm gonna say, you know, shout out to the Bills and shit, man. Even though I'm from here, though, I just ain't no fan. I'm just saying, man, like I'm a Phil guy because you know it's Charger shit, and me being here, I end up having to like the Patriots. So so with that being said, this is how fair I'm gonna be. All right, like in my mind, I already know NFL is fixed as fuck. You know what I'm saying? They definitely gonna try to screw the Bills just so the Bills don't get to Kansas City and mess up their fairy tale dream with Kansas City and Green Bay, and they gonna screw whoever just to make Green Bay go. They want Baltimore, Kansas City in the conference, just so these two bums can get promoted and all that crap. Like if that's what people want to see, Baltimore and Chiefs, who's better, Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes? Who's better, Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson? Man, nobody cares about that shit. Nobody wants to see them, huh? But with that being said, they're going to try to screw teams out. I already know the Saints about to get screwed out because they the number one threats to them bums. Even did they lose to Green Bay earlier? But that's you know what I'm saying. That's regular season shit. But with that being said, the Colts fucked themselves up by going for it on fourth down when all they had to do was get a field goal. It would have been, what's that? I'm a little bit tipsy as fuck. I was drunk. I was drunk as fuck. So where was they at? 13 points. They would have had 13 points. If the Bills scored a touchdown, that's 14-13. You only a point under. The momentum ain't, you know what I'm saying? The momentum is not gone yet. You like, all right, we down by 1 point. Boom. Then you missed the field goal. The shit, by the way, tell that fool to take them glasses off, bro. It's obvious he can't see. So, the field goal kicker, the shit hits the fucking ping. All right, the post. It's over. That right there, they did 5 mistakes. Going for it on fourth, I would have understood if you were 4th and 1, but you're going for it on fourth down. Then you jump off sides when you caught the pick. Who knows if that would have been picked, but you went off sides. Then you dropped the ball when you did pick it off. You just didn't have possessions. Not really fault. That just happens and shit. But you ain't get possessions, so that's already 3. Then the 4th one was the missed field goal. Then the 5th one, what was the 5th one? Did they fucking miss? Damn, I forgot the 5th one was. I'm kind of a bit tipsy and shit. I forgot the 5th one. Oh yeah, dropping the balls on the screen pass. He threw a screen pass to the running back and he dropped the damn ball. Then he threw it to the other dude and he dropped the damn ball. Then the running back dropped the ball again on the screen pass earlier in the damn game. So then we got the Bills coming down there. And the buddy I was chilling with, he was like, man, that's the momentum changer. Because the Colts fucked up. The Bills will score before halftime. And he's right. Them niggas scored before halftime. After that, I'm saying, man, he's right. I'm like, if the Colts don't come, and then the Bills had the ball after the halftime. So I'm like, if they score, it's over for the Colts. If the Colts don't come back and score, and this is over. They messed it up on so many levels. Just only the first 2 quarters. Because the Bills was like, it just seemed like, shit, we got fans finally. They was lost for a minute. They was actually caught in the hype, and that was an advantage that any other quarterback, and Phil, man, you my guy and shit though, but any other team would have took advantage of some shit like that. You throwing the ball and all that shit, and you catching it and this and that. So, you know, the Colts screwed themselves. But the biggest screw job ever, whether they was going to win or lose, I never seen. I was kind of confused. I thought the Bills had called the timeout. They had 1 timeout left, right? So when they called the play a stand, and then the Bills called a timeout on the next play, I'm like, how the fuck they did not lose a timeout if the play stands? And they challenged it. But then, oh behold, New York got involved into it. Since when does New York get involved in it? Am I missing something here? Am I off? I don't want to get over you know what I'm saying, excited. I want to know, does New York normally do that? I just want to know. If they do, then damn it, drop everything I'm about to say. All right. But if they don't, where the fuck was they at against the Saints last year? Where the fuck do they be at? Normally, I'll see a booth review, you know, which I guess is what all New York shit anyways. But the booth review, then New York would be sitting there looking at it over and over. Or I think that it's all the same, right? It's all the same shit, right? That shit, yeah. I think it all been there. Like I'm a little bit drunk as fuck and shit, so I'm kind of off with it. I just can't remember right now, but I'm pretty sure. Never do they sit here and say, I don't know. Challenge to play, booth review. They looking at it in New York, but they called it. What I have a problem with is they called it. They called the fucking timeout regardless. They called the timeout as soon as the Colts hiked it. When that shit happened, before everybody got to a huddle, why wasn't that shit reviewed in the first place? Why wasn't it just, you know what I'm saying? Why y'all had to wait till they snapped the ball, made a first down or some shit, and then decide to do that? That shit was a fumble. Just for the record, that shit was a fumble. That shit was a fumble, so it really wasn't, you ain't even have to review it. But you decide to call a timeout when they hike the ball to stop the momentum and shit. That's that shit. That's that shit NFL do. Huh? I'm sick of motherfuckers acting like when a motherfucker say shit is fixed and rigged, it's not just saying it because they team lost, all right? It be shit blatant, plain and simple, all right? That fucking play clock was 0, and they said it wasn't. Shit, little shit like that. Don't get, man. But this is what happens. They'll sit here and say, no, it's not. But when they team get screwed, they want to be the first ones heard out this bitch. Nah, fuck off. If you can't sit here and admit to a little bit shit being fixed, whether it's your team or not, you ain't no football fan or some shit. This shit be real. I'll go back, before I end this off, I'll go back to that Seattle and 49ers game, which is on YouTube and shit. Somebody had broke that shit down. Fucking Seahawks was like, they was holding Alden Smith, holding up the motherfucking, all that shit, holding. They ain't called no holding, nothing. None of that shit. So after seeing shit like that, I was totally convinced. Only way you winning is if you score enough points on the fucking board. Huh? If it's 30 to fucking 10, what can the refs do to make a team come back? They can't do nothing. They couldn't even call all the flags in the world. That's what they would have to do. Call every dumbass thing a flag, and it would be blatantly seen that they was cheating for the other team, calling all them penalties. Because when the fuck does that ever happen? But y'all let me know what it is, man. I think it's bogus as shit.